still taking pictures for that newspaper contest, hmm?
I got a wonderful character portrait. What I need now is a real exciting action shot. Hey, you don't have any influence with the police department, do you?
Police? Why?
Well, I thought if I could get a ride in a police car, I could get in on some real action. You know, criminals at bay, gunfights, maybe even the old lady robber.
Old lady robber?
Haven't you read about her? Here. Now, if I could get a picture of her holding somebody up, I'd be a cinch to win.
Miss Albright, I like to see young people taking an interest in a hobby. I think it helps to build character, stimulates the mind, and I certainly do admire your spirit in trying to win this contest.
Well, thank you, Mr. Patterson.
However, Miss Albright, there is just one little thing.
Yes?
Please don't take any more candid shots of the tenants of this building.
Well, I only took one of that nice girl who just moved in with her sister in 10J. She was just kissing her boyfriend goodnight.
Miss Albright.
Yes, Mr. Patterson?
That was her sister's boyfriend, not hers.
Oh? Oh! Oh, hi, Miss Flanagan.
Hello, Miss Albright.
Guess what? I have a surprise for you.
Oh.
I took it yesterday. I think it's a wonderful character study.
Very nice.
You can have that print. I'm going to make an enlargement to enter in the newspaper contest.
The newspaper,
Your picture on the front page. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Oh, yes, very. You do your own enlarging, do you?
Oh, yes. Dad let me remodel our service porch for a dark room.
Oh, that's nice. Is that where the negative is for this picture?
Well, I won't be able to make the enlargement until tomorrow. I'm going to a meeting of my camera club tonight.
Oh, and your father, is he going to the club with you?
No, he's on an exercise kick this month, taking Miss Townsend roller skating tonight.
Oh, how nice. Well, I've got to be getting back to work, dear.
Well, here's hoping we win. Bye now.
Bye. Hello, Matt. This is the old lady. We got trouble. No, don't get excited. I can handle it. It's a girl who lives in the apartment house I've been casing. A camera bug. She's got a picture of me. Ah, relax, will you? She and her father are going out tonight, and I'll get the negative then.
Fixing it. The bottom part was loose.
Well, how sweet. I'm Margie Albright. Who are you?
My name's Sidney Mortensen, Miss Albright. My grandmother's in there with your father and Mr. Honeywell.
Hi, Margie. Mrs. Mortensen, this is my daughter, Margie.
How do you do, Margie?
Hello.
Hello, Margie.
Hi, Mr. Honeywell.
Oh, thank you. I have the prospectus right here, Mrs. Mortensen. I'm sure that you will find that...
Dad!
All right, are you trying to be funny?
No, sir, but that's odd. That chair was all right when I sat in it this morning.
Well, have it fixed. Mrs. Mortensen, you'll join me for dinner this evening.
I'd love to, Mr. Honeywell, if we can find someone to take care of Sidney. A thoroughly dependable babysitter, of course.
Well, Margie and I would be glad to have him spend the evening with us.
Dad,
Yes, dear?
may I see you a moment?
Oh, of course. Will you excuse me, please?
Dad, you don't know what you're getting into. That kid's a little demon. Do you know what he was doing when I came in here?
Margie, I'm surprised at you just because I wanted you to do me one little favor tonight.
Okay, Dad, okay. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, Margie and I would be happy to take care of Sidney tonight, Mrs. Mortensen.
Well, that's fine, Mr. Albright. Oh, one thing. Please don't play cops and robbers with Sidney. He's a very delicate boy, and I allow nothing, absolutely nothing to excite him, especially just before his bedtime.
Oh, rest assured we won't play cops and robbers. I'm a grown man, you know.
We'll drop by with Sidney about 8 o'clock.
About that time.
Well, that'll be fine.
Thanks again, Mr. Albright. Come along, Sidney, dear. Oh, goodbye, Margie.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Margie. Goodbye, Mr. Albright.
Oh, goodbye, Sidney. Now, do you see how wrong you were about that boy? If he's not the perfect little gentleman, I'm Milton Berle.
Well, maybe you're right, but
Oh, he won't be any trouble at all. One little bedtime story, and he'll be asleep in no time.
well, if it isn't Uncle Milty.
Oh, where do you think you're going? You're supposed to stay home and help me take care of Sidney.
But, Dad, I can't stand the sight of blood.
Margie, you're not going out.
Sorry, Dad. You were the one who volunteered.
Oh, honey, please help me. Please help your poor old dad. If Sidney's as bad as you say, don't leave me alone with him.
And so, ladies, tune in tomorrow for the story of Vern Albright, boy babysitter. Will Vern tame the young monster, or will the young monster tame Vern?
Margie, you're not going out, and that's final.
And goodbye, Dad.
Margie, if you go out that door, your allowance is cut 50%.
Hi, Dad. Mind if I stay in tonight?
Thanks, honey. I thought you'd see it my way.
Now, I'll put this stuff on the service porch.
They're here. Oh, good evening, Mrs. Mortensen. Come right in.
Good evening. Well, here he is, Mr. Albright. Sidney, say hello to Mr. Albright.
How do you do, sir?
Good evening, Sidney.
Now, you'll be a good boy, won't you? Kiss Grandmother.
Goodbye, Grandma. Have a nice time. Hello, Margie.
Hi, Sidney. Hello, Mrs. Mortensen. Mr. Honeywell.
Good evening, Margie. Oh, these are Sidney's pajamas, and I'd like him to be in bed by 9.
We'll see to it.
Oh, and Mr. Albright, I want to repeat I never allow anything to excite Sidney.
Oh, you can count on me, Mrs. Mortensen.
Excuse me a moment. I'd like a word with Mr. Albright before we leave.
Certainly, Mr. Honeywell.
Albright, do you know how much Mrs. Mortison's account means to our company?
Oh, I'd say roughly about $2 million.
Yes, and that's just about as rough as you can get. Now for the jackpot question. What do you suppose would happen if little Sidney should get upset?
Why, we might lose the account.
All right, you're on the ball up to now. Let's keep it that way. Shall we go, Mrs. Mortison?
It was a big conference.
Oh, nothing important. Anyway, he couldn't afford to fire me. Besides, Sidney won't be any trouble at all. You'll see. You see, a perfect little gentleman.
Mm-hmm. But watch out for the booby trap.
Well, Sidney, what would you like to do?
Play cops and robbers.
Well, how about my reading you a story first? Aesop's Fables, would you like that?
Are you kidding? That's kid stuff.
I'll tell you what. While you two decide on a game, I'll make some lemonade.
Oh, that's a good idea, Margie. Do you like lemonade?
It's okay.
Now, Sidney, what game would you enjoy? How about hide and go seek?
Hide and go seek? Yeah, swell. You be it. I'll hide while you count to 100. Then you've got to find me, okay?
Well, okay.
All right, hide your eyes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Margie, do you remember when you were a little girl and we used to play hide and seek?
Yes?
Well, did you ever find a hiding place that you didn't tell me about?
Well, you knew them all.
Well, I think Sidney's found a new one. I can't find him.
Have you looked good?
I think so.
Did you try the terrace?
Well, maybe not very good.
Come on, I'll help you. Well, he doesn't seem to be out here.
Oh, where can he be?
You don't suppose he left, do you?
Oh, what'll I tell Mrs. Mortensen and Mr. Honeywell?
Oh, now, just take it easy, Dad.
Dad, look!
Holy mackerel! Sidney!
Hi, you found me.
Sidney, you come back here this instant.
Come and get me. I'll bet you can't.
Dad, you'll have to. We can't leave him out there.
Oh, Margie, what did I ever do to deserve this?
You volunteered.
Oh, me and my big mouth.
Now be careful, Dad. Don't look down, Dad. Be careful. Watch out!
Now I've seen everything. What does that guy think he's doing?
Any trouble, officer?
Take a look outside, 10th floor.
Okay, I give up. Here, let me buy.
Oh, no, take it easy, take it easy. Be careful.
Why, it's Albright.
Dad! Don't fall! Come on. Just take it easy.
Honey, don't let go.
Hang on. Oh,
What's the big idea? What do you think you were doing out there?
Huh? We're just playing hide and go seek.
Oh. Hide and go seek. Now listen, you.
I know it sounds idiotic, officer, but come on in and I'll explain.
Those Albrights. Okay, but don't ever let me catch you doing a thing like that again.
Oh, that I'll guarantee.
I'll keep an eye on him, officer.
Do that. Why don't you look? What happened to you? Oh, what a madhouse this is.
Don't worry, officer. I can handle this. In fact, I think it's going to be a pleasure. Good night, sir. Good evening, Mr. Albright.
Why, Mr. Patterson, you're all wet.
Mr. Albright, you and your charming daughter have lived here for years, haven't you?
Why, yes, Mr. Patterson, we've lived here ever since this apartment house was built.
And those have been wonderful years, Mr. Albright. We've gotten along beautifully, haven't we?
Oh, why, yes, Mr. Patterson, you've been a wonderful landlord.
Thank you. And I want you to know that I've always had the greatest regards for you. But if there's one thing that I can't stand, it's a practical joker.
Where's Sidney?
I put him in your room to get ready for bed.
Oh, no, not my room.
Well, all he has to do is change into his pajamas and wash his face. Boy, I didn't know Mr. Patterson had it in him. He must have thought you dropped that water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Margie, you were right. What a little monster. How long has he been in there?
Oh, 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, does it take a little boy that long to change? Oh, Margie, I've got a horrible feeling.
Come on, ye fellows who follow the sea with a line, follow the man down. Please pay attention and listen to me and give me some time to blow the man down.
Dad, look.
Come on, ye fellows who follow the sea.
Sidney! Dad, what are we going to do?
Batten down the hatches. We're blowing up a gale.
He's fallen in.
Man the lifeboats. Man overboard.
Sidney, I demand that you come out of there this minute.
I haven't docked yet.
Well, then, dock.
Can't. No orders.
I am giving the orders.
No, sir. You're not my commanding officer.
Maybe we could bribe him.
Well, at this point, I'll try anything.
Go ahead.
Sidney, come on out and we'll give you anything you want.
Anything?
Anything.
Okay. I want Margie to dress up like the old lady robber, and we'll pretend to capture her.
Oh, no, that's out. I'll play, but no costume bits for me. Hey, I've got it. You can dress up as the old lady robber.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
You were the one who wanted to babysit.
Sidney! Oh, Margie, you've just got to do it.
Okay, but if Mrs. Mortensen finds out, it's going to be just too bad.
Oh, she won't catch us. Anyway, it's the only way to wear Sidney down so he'll go to bed.
Well, all right. But just remember, this whole evening was your idea. Now, I'll go see if I can borrow some sort of a costume from Mrs. Odette's.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Please pay it.
Come on out, Sidney. It's all right. Margie's going to change.
Light 2, man. We're coming into port. Way I blow the man down.
Okay, you got me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I startled you, Miss Flanagan. What are you doing here? I didn't know you worked nights.
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. You might say I do most of my best work at night. But, my dear, I thought you were going out for the evening.
We were, but Dad got stuck babysitting, and I have to help.
That's too bad.
Now the little demon wants to play cops and robbers, and Dad wants me to pretend to be the old lady robber.
Does he now?
Mrs. Odette's isn't home, and I don't know where I'm going to find it. Hey, I wonder if you would.
Would what?
Pretend to be the old lady robber. You'd be perfect.
Oh, my dear, I'm afraid I'm not cut out for anything like that. You see, children are so smart these days. He'd never believe that I'm the criminal type.
Oh, well, it's just a game, and I'm really on the spot. Please.
Well, I guess I do owe you something for that picture you took of me. You haven't enlarged it yet, have you?
The negative is still in my darkroom on the service porch. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be silly. We can take care of that negative later. Come on, this is going to be fun.
Oh, it's awfully nice of you to go to all this trouble, Miss Flanagan.
I think I'm going to enjoy it.
There. Now you look real sinister. Okay, Sidney, you take it from here. What do we do now?
Well, we go in the bedroom while she holds him up. Better tie him up, too. Then we come out and follow the clues.
Clues?
Sure. Crooks always leave them. I'm pretty good at finding clues.
Well, we'll give you a few minutes to get everything set. Come on, Sherlock.
We've got to make this look good or that little kid will never go to bed. Here, the loot. The old lady robber strikes again.
That's very funny.
I better leave a clue. We want to do this right because I wouldn't want to have to play this whole game over again. Now, there's some cord in the den. You can tie me up in there.
You don't mind if we look in on Sidney before we go on to the nightclub? You know how grandmothers are.
Of course, dear lady. It's only a few blocks. Cart and arms, please.
Say, you tie a pretty good knot for a woman. Better lock me in there and make it look more realistic.
Suits me.
Sure, let's live it up. You know, I'm beginning to enjoy this myself.
I think they've had enough time. Come on. Okay, Detective. I'll search the bedrooms and den. You look for clues in there.
Okay, Sergeant.
I'll guarantee that boy's asleep by now. That's one thing about Albright. He has a way with children. What kind of an apartment are you running? What's going on upstairs? A bebop convention?
So Albright got you too, eh?
Albright.
Who else lives in this building crazy enough to be playing games on that ledge 10 stories up?
Oh, my poor Sidney!
Be calm, Mrs. Borderson. If Albright's done anything to upset Sidney, I'll fire him the minute I lay my hands on him.
That may not be so easy unless you're a human fly,
Save
too.
imbeciles. I'll run 'em in this time, so help me.
Oh.
Detective! Detective Sidney!
Real baffling case, sir. Not a single clue. Even the victim's vanished.
I found a clue, Sergeant. Found this on the floor.
Empty, huh? We'll catch her with the goods on her. Come on, no time to lose. Oh, here you are. Okay, detective, make the arrest.
What a crazy place to hide. Where's the victim?
He's in the hall closet. I wasn't really hiding here. I just thought I'd take a look at the picture Miss Margie made of me.
Do you want to see the negative?
Yes.
Okay, hand it over. Come on, the thing you got behind your back.
Such a sweet child.
Margie, she's not kidding.
Oh, have I been a dope?
What's all the racket part of the game, eh?
Uh-huh. I just locked the junior G-men up and I'm making a getaway.
Oh, great. Oh, Miss Flanagan, I can never thank you for this.
All right, where is he?
Albright, you idiot. What's going on here?
Oh, we're just playing cops and rob. Oh, hello, Mrs. Mortensen.
Albright, you're fired.
Save that for later. I'm running the whole lot of you in until I find out what's what in this madhouse.
That's what you think, copper. Keep those hands up and get around there.
Do something, Albright, you coward.
Get around there, get around there. Keep those hands up. Now stay there. Don't any one of you move.
Oh. Everybody hold it for a second. Hold it. Will this kill him at the camera club?
Of all the people in the world to ask in for a little game of cops and robbers, you certainly picked a Lulu.
My picture won first prize, didn't it? Not to mention my half of the reward money.
Well, I admit it was generous of you to split the reward with Sidney.
Generous, my Aunt Noonie was the only way I could bribe that little darling to tell his grandmother the truth and straighten you out with Mr. Honeywell.
Well, thanks, honey. Yes, sir. That's my little Margie.
Many of our cases come under the heading of routine. However, the case I'm going to tell you about tonight was anything but routine. It involves a child and a child beater. The story of Pauline Derrick became officially a case when the frantic screams of her daughter alarmed the neighbors.
You're bleeding! How terrible! Operator! Operator! Get me the police and hurry, please! You poor child. Oh, it's just a horrible thing to have happen to you, but you...
What's the trouble, ma'am?
What's the trouble? Look at this poor child. Her mother cut her and locked her in the closet. I don't know what came over that woman.
Did your mother do that?
Yes. She's my stepmother. She has a terrible temper. Something's got to be done about that woman.
Where do you live?
Right down the hall, apartment 21.
Is that your daughter down the hall?
Yes.
You cut her up and lock her in a closet?
Yes. Oh, no. No. I locked her up, but I didn't hurt her. I can't understand.
All right, lady. Come along. Take her down and call in. I'll be with you in a minute. This what did it? I'm afraid you'll have to come down to the station and sign a complaint. Feel up to it?
It's all right, Terry. I'll take you down.
What'll they do to Mom?
I don't know. That's up to the judge.
She didn't mean it. I'm sure she didn't. She just gets that way when she's mad.
Mad? Mad enough to kill? Go ahead, honey. Cry. It's all over. You're safe now. From now on, you're going to live with me.
I wish you were my mother.
Public opinion had no use for Mrs. Derrick. It never has for a child beater. Although she denied her guilt, the state charged Pauline Derrick with felonious assault upon a child, resulting in traumatic injuries. The court appointed me counsel. It was one of those cases I viewed with little enthusiasm. The adverse publicity didn't help, but it was my job to defend Mrs. Derrick. I went down to see her. Mrs. Derrick, you're charged with locking up your daughter and cutting her with a knife.
I locked her up, but I didn't hurt her.
You're in serious trouble, and I can't help you unless you tell me the truth.
I've been afraid of the truth. Afraid for Terry.
Why?
I love her. I didn't want to lose her. Now I know that I lost her a long time ago.
Care to tell me about it?
I'll tell you if you believe me.
The truth, Mrs. Derrick, speaks for itself.
I'm guilty only of one crime. Of loving my Terry too much and forgiving her too often.
I see.
When my husband died, Terry was all I had left in the world. She was his daughter, but I loved her like my own. I didn't have much to give her. I had a part-time job, and in the afternoon I took in sewing at home. It was enough for rent and for food.
As Mrs. Derrick's story unfolded, I was amazed by its bitter realism. It all began the day Mrs. Derrick received an unexpected visitor.
Mrs. Derrick?
Yes?
Is your daughter home, Mrs. Derrick?
No, she's in school. Who are you?
I'm the district truant officer. She hasn't been attending school very regularly, and we'd like to know if something is wrong.
My Terry not going to school? Oh, no.
Yes, ma'am. Quite a few times last month, and she didn't have a written report from you.
Oh, my Terry wouldn't do a thing like that. Why, she's a good girl. You must have the wrong place.
Sorry, ma'am. This is the place, all right. Our records show your daughter is 15 years old. And the law in this state says that she must attend school until she's 18, unless she gets married. Is she married, Mrs. Derrick?
Oh, no. She doesn't even go out with a boy.
Well, then I suggest you have a talk with her. Because unless her attendance record improves, the department will have to take action.
Yeah, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her.
All right, Mrs. Derrick. Good day.
Good day. Terry?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey. Terry,
Something wrong, Mom?
do you like school, Terry?
Well, sure. I like it, all right.
Well, then, why haven't you been going?
What do you mean, Mom?
You've been away from school several times, and you haven't told me about it.
That's not true.
But it must be true, Terry. Someone was here and told me.
Who told you?
A man. He said he was the truant officer. Why did you lie to me, Terry?
I didn't lie to you. Honest, I didn't. You just gotta believe me.
But how can I believe you, Terry? That officer, he knew all about you. Don't you trust me? Why did you stay away from school? Tell your mom, huh?
Well, Mom, there are reasons. I wanted to surprise you.
What do you mean?
You work so hard. I just can't stand seeing you tired all the time. So I took a few days off from school to look for a job.
A job? My Terry working? Oh, no.
Oh, Mom, I'm young and strong. I want to help out. Please, Mom.
Oh, my little girl. You make me feel so wonderful. You're so good. I love you very much.
I love you too, Mom.
I know. So, no more looking for a job, huh? And you'll go back to school.
Oh, gee, do I have to?
Yes, Terry. I want you to be a smart girl and learn fine words and many things. So when you grow up, you won't be like me.
Jim, don't talk that way.
Oh, I want you to have all the best of everything. All the things I didn't have. So you'll do what I tell you to do, yes?
Okay. You're the boss.
Oh, Terry.
Chick, you kind of late.
My old lady's getting suspicious. The truant officer was around this morning, but I fixed it up.
I got news for you. I've been talking to the gang. You're in, doll. Give me a hand.
You mean now I'm really one of the Circle Gang?
That's what I've been telling you.
What do I have to do?
As you told. And you better not chicken out.
Not me.
I think I got a bit for you tonight. I'll let you in on it as soon as Jack shows.
Well, look who's here. Mama must be sleeping. Terry's out tonight.
That's a real crazy cat.
Yeah? I think she's got her eye on you.
Come on, baby. Get a real nervous chump.
Go on, do me something.
You're from nowhere. Why, you little slinky roach! Let me get her! Let me get her! Oh!
Hey, baby. You're real hep. Get lost, character. This is my chick.
You been at this hour and looking like this?
I went to a party.
A party? What kind of a party? You'll explain to me, you will.
There's nothing to explain.
I've got a right to know. I'm your mother, and you're just a schoolgirl.
I can take care of myself.
Where'd you get these clothes?
I borrowed them from a girlfriend.
What kind of girls do you know?
You wouldn't understand. They're not square like you.
I can't understand. Sneaking out behind my back. Where have you been? You must tell me.
I've had enough of this, Mom. If you really want to know, I've been out with a boyfriend.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You won't get out of this house for a week now. And I mean it. Steiner.
Hello, Mrs. Derrick. Sorry, I can't say good morning. There's nothing good about it.
Why? What's wrong?
They broke into my jewelry store last night, smashed up the window, and stole everything.
Oh.
And you know who did it? Kids, Mrs. Derrick. Kids.
Oh, what kind of kids are they?
You've seen them. The kind that hang around street corners and jukeboxes.
It's a shame what's becoming of boys these days.
And what about girls? They're worse. There were girls in on this, I'm told. Girls.
Who told you?
Who do you think? The police.
It never occurred to Mrs. Derrick that her daughter was one of those girls. And the following week, Terry was on her best behavior, sticking close to home. Actually, she was just lying low.
Terry, what are you doing? I'm doing my homework, Mom.
Why don't you bring it in here and sit with me?
Oh, I got my books spread all around.
You've been a good girl all week, Terry. You see how easy it is to be good?
Sure, Mom, sure.
Hiya, Ma.
I don't believe I know you, young man.
Oh, sure you do. I'm Chuck, Terry's boyfriend. She must have told you about me. Hey, doll. Get a move on.
You're right on the dot.
Terry, what's all this about?
I'm going out.
Oh, no, you're not. Go back to your room and take those clothes off immediately. You're not going anywhere.
Tell her, Chuck.
Look, Mom, you don't understand. She's in, see? You can't make her do nothing no more.
How dare you talk to me like that? Why, you're just a kid like her. You go home where you belong.
Well, what do you think this is, kindergarten or something? You seen your Mom?
Oh, Terry.
Come on, Mom. I got off the leash long ago.
Here's the deal, guys. We cover these corners here. You drive.
Right.
I pick up the loot, and you two take care of it.
Uh-oh, we've got company. Oh, brother, now she starts tailing me. Hi, Mom.
You come home with me this minute.
Hey! Oh, dig her.
For me. Oh.
Now, don't make a fuss. Otherwise, we might have to dust you.
Oh, you be quiet, and you come with me.
Now, look, old lady. Why don't you play it smart? Otherwise, you might meet up with a little accident, like getting your face smashed with a brick, or a car might run right smack into you.
Oh, Terry. Terry, you don't belong here. You belong with me.
Oh, yeah?
Look, don't you get it? You don't cut no ice with her no more. Why don't you beat it?
Oh, Terry, please. Please don't let your mama go away like this.
Oh, Terry, please don't let your mama go away like this. Oh, you're goofing off, old lady. Why don't you go now? Hey, Edgar, how about some service down here? Terry, sit down.
Terry stayed out all night. When she showed up the next morning, she went straight to her room.
Terry. Terry, what are you doing?
I'm clearing out.
Oh, you can't do that.
Can't I?
No. Terry. Terry, where did you get this jewelry?
Who cares?
I care very much. Oh, so help me. I can't handle you anymore.
You said it.
It'll have to be the police now.
Let me out of here! Let me out of here!
You think you know everything. Well, you learn different when the police get here.
Oh, help! I'm cut! Help me, please!
Cut? Oh, what do you mean, cut?
I'm bleeding! Somebody help me! I'm bleeding to death! Oh, Jerry! Gonna stick the cops on me, huh? Well, I'll save you the trouble. Just to make it look good.
Then the police came and took me away. I don't care what happens to me, but what's going to happen to Terry?
If what you told me is true, the authorities will have to take over.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Get out of here. I can't walk.
I can't walk.
Come on, boy. We gotta make it.
We'll get you to a doctor.
Get him to a doctor. That's all we'll need. Then we'll all get caught. No, Doc. Come on.
No. Take me to Jake's. make such a fuss.
Take it easy. He'll act like he's drunk.
Who's driving that car out there? Hey, you. Who's driving that car out there?
How do we know?
What's the matter with him?
Can a fella have a good time?
All right, get up. I said get up. These are the ones we're looking for.
You can't search me. You do, and I'll rip my clothes and scream bloody murder.
Officer, we're looking for this girl, too. I'm Matthews, public defender. This is policewoman Rollins.
Right, sir. Take the girls in the back room and search them.
Sit still, son. Better get an ambulance.
Yes, sir.
Help me, please. Get me out of here. I'm sorry for everything I did. I'll make up for it.
Oh, Terry, I forgive you, but I can't help you. Not this time. You've got to learn your lesson alone, without me. I came to tell you that I'll miss you.
You'll have your chance, Terry. It's up to you now.
Oh, my baby. It's going to be all right, Terry.
The charges against Mrs. Derrick were dismissed. Terry was sent to a correctional school for girls, where she is being taught to become a more useful member of society. The case you have just seen was brought to a fair and just conclusion through the efforts of a public defender.